All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Happy Wednesday. Happy day after taxes day here in the US. Hope everyone's having a great week. Today is an excellent day because we are joined by one of our students to chat through our MS in Entrepreneurship program. I'm going to bring on Anastasia Rizon here shortly. She is a very accomplished MS in Entrepreneurship student who is working very hard at her Master's of Entrepreneurship degree. She is slated to graduate this summer, 2025. So I'm very excited working with her and seeing all she's accomplished, and really excited to hear what she has to say about the MS Entrepreneurship program, her experience in it, her thoughts on the overall program as is, and any sort of advice that she can offer to you, prospective students who are thinking about going back to school for a master's degree. Um, what we're going to do today, we got a lot of information to share with you all. We're going to give you an overview of the Jake Job Center for Entrepreneurship so that you have an idea about what our department is, what it feels like, what it looks like, what happens here, why it exists. I'll introduce you to Anastasia on the following slide. We'll talk a bit about our program structure, the curriculum, a little bit of a breakdown there, the certificates that we offer that give you a little bit of a unique perspective on graduate studies and flexible options for you to move through your graduate studies. We'll talk a bit about the goals of our program, the focus on experiential learning and why that is so important to us, some of the networking and mentorship opportunities that we offer here through the Jake Job Center for Entrepreneurship. Tuition and scholarships, we'll break down there so you have an idea of what is available from a tuition and scholarship standpoint. What does that look like as you're planning out your graduate education? And then we'll close with an overview of the application and some testimonials from some additional students that we'll be able to share, their thoughts, their experience in the program as well. So I am going to move on here to our next slide. We are joined today by Anastasia Rizon. Anastasia, if you want to come on screen and unmute yourself, we can go ahead and get started here.
Hi everyone. I can't turn on my camera for some reason, but I could
Oh,
have
let me see if
myself.
I can do it. I got it right there. Does that work? There it is.
Okay, I got it. Hi.
How
Um,
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Thank you so much for taking some time today to chat with us.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. I do really enjoy the program so far, and it's offered me, some necessary skills that I was lacking clearly with my just undergrad degree in order to launch my business. So the program just aligned with what I was looking for to do as far as my future.
Perfect, perfect. Tell me, give everyone just a quick intro to yourself, what brought you to the program, and why you chose to go back to graduate school through a Master's of Entrepreneurship program.
So, interestingly enough, I have a background in sales, and one of my former clients actually is part of the board of directors at CU Business School. And I told him about my plans for the future, that I would like to launch a business, but I am lacking, certain knowledge in certain areas and would really like to learn. And I did not know that it was actually an option to get a degree along with with all the knowledge that I was seeking. So he offered me to apply and see where it takes me, and then I ended up being accepted, which was really exciting. And then um, it just led me to a next stage in my life, which is I'm really grateful for.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are grateful for you. We're going to talk through aspects of our program and then have Anastasia share some thoughts about specific aspects of what she likes about the program, what has been beneficial for her. Before we jump into all of that, I want to just give a little bit of a background of our center here for everyone. So we are a center within the CU Denver Business School. CU Denver is Colorado's only premier urban research campus located right in the heart of downtown Denver. If I walk out the office right now, I'm right amidst a number of Fortune 500 companies, corporations, internship opportunities, networking events, tons and tons happening downtown. Getting better every day as we, are now 5 years past the COVID pandemic. The city is back alive. The city has a lot going on. It's a great place to be. We are ACSB accredited, the highest level of global accreditation. We're in the top 5% of business schools worldwide. And as you can see here, CU Denver is a very diverse research institute. We work with a lot of students from a lot of different backgrounds. If you go to school here, you're not just going to be working with one type of student. You're going to see students who are first generation students, students who are coming from a foreign country who are coming here, students who may have taken some time off in between studies and are now back studying. There's a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life here. A lot of inspiration for our mentors and our entrepreneurship leaders in our center because the students that are with us are working extremely hard. They're very dedicated, they're very motivated, and they're trying to better themselves for the next phase in their overall lives. Denver has been ranked as the number two best place to live in the United States. Sunny all the time, great access to the outdoors, great access to sports, music, good restaurants, tons to do. Great job market, lots of companies downtown that are continuing to hire, and having the opportunity to be connected to a business school as prestigious as ours offers you, the student, the opportunity to really test out a number of skills, really test out where your strengths are, and start to build out a network that you can utilize as you move into your career. In terms of the Jake Jabs Center for Entrepreneurship, so just a couple quick background details to give you some context. We were founded in 1996 as the Bard Center and renamed in 2013 following a $12 million gift from Jake Jabs. Jake Jabs is one of Colorado's strongest historical entrepreneurs. He runs American Furniture Warehouse, one of the best furniture sellers in America. Great pricing, great products. Great idea. Jake has still at this point in his life has a huge pulse on the organization and on what happens on a day-to-day basis. And his spirit and his engine, his energy that he brought to his company, he helps bring to this university. And so the goal here is experience. The goal here is really testing you and putting you in a position where you can grow as an entrepreneur while you're here, plus have a great resource that you can utilize long term. We are an academic department. We are a research center. Our goal is to foster entrepreneurship here at CU Denver. We do this by developing relationships with local business leaders. This provides opportunities and supports for our student. We offer events like the Climb and other experiential events that allow students to drive forward their entrepreneurial studies. We offer a number of courses at both the graduate and undergraduate level, and then a number of different opportunities for students to take that step into graduate studies and to take that step into entrepreneurship studies, I should say, either as a certificate or a minor or a major or a master's. Guy you see on the screen, that's myself. I am the manager of recruitment and advising here at CU Denver. My contact information is on the screen if you want to go ahead and take a quick picture of it. Book an appointment with me. We can talk about your program, talk about any questions that you have at this point in time. We can go through what you're looking to do. We can go through any questions, any concerns that you may have at this point in time, put you in a position where you're really able to succeed from an academic standpoint and then from an experiential standpoint. I've been working in higher ed admissions and advising for the last decade and a half. So I've got a ton of experience just in terms of how this all operates and the best way to work with you towards your long-term goals. So I want to bring Anastasia back on screen here because we're going to talk a bit about the MS in Entrepreneurship program and give you a quick overview of it. This is a program that is customizable to get 30 credits. You choose any of our 10 courses of our available courses all those that align with your interests, your goals, your knowledge gaps. Once you hit those 10 courses, you graduated. There's no prerequisites. It's really a flexible program for you. We have courses in small business accounting, visionary leadership, business development, mission-driven entrepreneurship, lean marketing. We have experiential events, like I noted, the Climb, the Rep Bridges Venture Fund, which allows you as a student to invest in organizations, mentorship opportunities, as well as internship opportunities for credit. Um, Anastasia, I want to ask you, you know, as a working parent who is very busy, very engaged in your own personal life, how has the flexibility of the MS Entrepreneurship Program benefited you? How has it affected you as a student?
So I actually didn't expect that there will be, like more flexibility as far as evening classes, which is what actually makes it work for the most part. Because I get time to, do work and, pick up my son from school and so on. And in-person classes, of course, like my favorite, but online classes give you more time on my own. So I can't really complain about that. So um, it's been pretty good. So it worked out
Good.
for me so far.
What are your thoughts on online versus in person? Are you finding that the experience of being online gives you that kind of flexibility and still allows you to learn the subject? Are you finding in person is more collaborative? Where do you find the benefit for you?
So I think in person is better for me because I'm more of outgoing person and I just like to be in the class and meet different people, make friendships and build more relationships, I guess. And with online, it depends, I guess it depends on the class. Some classes that I wish I was in person, but I didn't get an opportunity. Other classes, I'm like, well, that was just great. Actually, I didn't feel the difference as much, so it just actually depends on the class. But if I could choose take more in-person classes, I would. That's for sure.
Got it. Yeah. And having that flexibility is something that, we're always working on that balance to try to figure out how best to serve students. But I'm glad to hear for you, and I know from working with a number of our students that they all have lives outside of school. Most graduate school students are not just going to school. They have a lot going on in their own personal life. And so figuring out ways that we can best work with students to give them that type of experiential opportunity while also saying, hey, this is now a great time for you to focus on your studies while also doing your own personal stuff. We want to give people that much availability as possible. Um, Quick note here on some of our classes and our curriculum. Like I noted, any 10 entrepreneurship courses in any order you choose. As we're talking about here, classes are offered online and in person. They are stackable, so they can work with other dual degrees, putting you as a student in a position where you're able to, really focus on what you want and add it on to specializations. Um, we have a dual degree with information systems. We have one with the School of Public Administration. We have one with the one-year MBA program. A lot of opportunities for students to really mix and match. We also have, for any undergraduate students out there, a 4+1 option where you can get a bachelor's and a master's degree in a 5-year period in time, which puts you in a position to fast track you to the next stage in your career. The method and timing of all these courses is really kind of dependent on availability and your overall schedule. But one of the beauties of this program, as I noted a couple slides ago, I work with everyone face to face, one to one, to put you in a position where you get as much clarity and information as possible and can really build out your overall structure and your overall program. We also offer a certificate, which is a great entry level opportunity for students. If you're saying to yourself right now, I definitely want to go back to school at some point in time, but I don't know if I'm ready for a full master's degree. It's okay. Start taking the certificate at the grad level. It's 3 classes. Once you finish that, you have a master's level certificate at that point in time. From there, you'd be able to determine if you want to finish the graduate studies or if you're okay with just a certificate. All of those classes would transfer in if you ultimately decide to do the full master's. All right, I want to bring Anastasia in here again because I want to talk about classes, specific classes that you found have been really beneficial and enjoyable. Um, like I noted, we have 10 courses across 30 credits. 30 credits is what's required to graduate. Concept development and business model development, AI driven entrepreneurship, leadership in new ventures, corporate entrepreneurship, looking at innovative ways to be an entrepreneur within an existing corporation, tech skills, beginning tech skills for entrepreneurs. There are study abroad options. Once again, there are no prerequisites, so you don't have to take like 4 classes before you can actually take classes you want to take. And then this is designed for the working professional. This is self-paced. It's online, it's hybrid, it's in person, a lot of different options here. There's a ton of internship options for students to gain work experience for credit, and students can complete the program within 1 to 5 years. Um, Tell me, Anastasia, what are some of your favorite classes you've taken so far?
I have probably top three, well, maybe top four. I know. I like
Do
them a
it.
lot. So I did one of my first classes was um, legal issues and entrepreneurship. So it was
Mm,
more of it was a class taught by an attorney, business attorney, and it was really great. I think it's everybody should take that class. I mean, graduating high school or something, so like it was definitely life changing. AI entrepreneurship was really great. It has also impacted me in a major way. Business model development. I just finished it this semester, and it was really great as well. I was able actually to finish my full business plan. Have a pitch deck in case I want to raise money for my business. And then my probably for one of the other first classes I really liked was the idea validation. So
mm,
I think that was probably it was the first, like I would take it as the very first class if I could, and actually just takes you through your whole, you actually rethink your life. So you're like validating your idea, and you question it, and you learn all the different case studies, different businesses you look into and see where's your business, if it's even feasible, if it's
yeah.
something realistic, or you're just, wasting your time. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that class is one of my favorites. The professor works students really hard to make sure that they understand the, importance of testing out ideas in your head, but also testing out what works and what doesn't work, and really coming up with a pitch by the end of it. I
Yeah.
mean,
In the real world. So it's like more
in
of
the real
like
world,
real world. Yeah.
because a lot of students come into our program, they have an idea that someone told them was a great idea. And it may be, it very well may be, but they had some friends and family convince them, hey, this is a great idea. The beauty of the program is that it offers you the opportunity to really critique that idea and really see, is this actually as good of an idea as I've been led to believe it is? Will this make me money? What is the actual workload involved here? And that course really helps to bring that down.
I agree completely. Yeah.
Tell me, you're almost finishing up. You're very close to finishing up. But what are some of your classes, or what class are you interested in? Are you excited to take before you finish?
I actually, one of the classes I was looking forward to is the startup launch that I'm taking now. And then the class for the summer, I think it's called Tech, Tech Up class, maybe.
Tech-based startup, tech-based skills for startups.
Yes, that. So, actually really looking forward to it for sure, because I think I just a little bit behind in the world of technology, and it's never enough information because it changes every day. So it's
Yeah,
so fast paced. So I'd
yeah.
like to see where I have gaps and what other skills I can gain in order to implement into my business.
I think that's going to be a great class. I'm really excited. The professor is fantastic. I think that's just going to offer students a ton of opportunities for them to get applicable tech skills that they can utilize on their business. That is what Leo specializes in, and I think that that's a class I'm going to recommend every student take. Um, Last question on this slide. We have a no prerequisites approach, which allows you as a student the opportunity to pick any classes. Nothing's off limits. Has this impacted your overall degree planning and your overall ability to complete the program in the time that you wished?
Actually, yes. I thought that it was like there were mandatory classes and I was kind of dreadful about it. And I'm like, oh gosh, if they're gonna make me take this again, or something that really is relevant to where I'm what I'm trying to do. And it was actually a pleasant surprise to me that I didn't have to do it. So it's actually really great to be able to pick, whatever I see fit and, just go with that. So I, my husband's undergrad, so he was really jealous. So he truly is jealous.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I love about the program is that, if you come in and you have some expertise in marketing, or you have some expertise in accounting, um, you know, any of those type of classes, like we're we're not going to say to you, you have to take this class. That is not our goal. Our goal is to put you in a position where whatever classes you take directly apply to your larger skill set. So we are constantly, as a team, reviewing what courses are available, what courses have higher enrollment, what courses have lower enrollment, so that we can figure out a happy medium where all of our students have the opportunity to take classes that fit them. Um, all right, going to the next slide here. I want to go through really quickly this, but I want you to kind of dive into this as well. Why CU Denver's Masters of Entrepreneurship? There's five main reasons. Exclusivity, I would say, is very important. We are the only Masters of Entrepreneurship in Colorado. So if you are in the state of Colorado, you want to focus on entrepreneurship, we are the program for you. Affordability. We are a special center here at the business school, so we determine our own tuition, which allows students to save quite a bit of money on their overall academics. It allows students to save a bit of money if they're international or non Colorado resident students. Plus, we have in-state scholarships that allow students the opportunity to save money on our overall program and complete this in your own time frame without breaking the bank. It's flexible, as we've been talking about. Classes are available online, in person, hybrid. You build your own curriculum. It's experiential in nature. We want you to go beyond the classroom. We want you to think like an entrepreneur from day one. And we want you to have a mindset shift. We want you to come out of this program knowing how to create growth with minimal resources. That's the goal. So tell me, from your perspective, Anastasia, as you're sitting here close to graduation, finishing up big business plan in the last couple of classes, in two sentences, why would you tell someone to enroll at CU Denver's MS in Entrepreneurship program?
Well, Brian, all the reasons you just mentioned, actually. I think it's just personally to me, when someone asks me about, how's my school going, and like, I do recommend them to explore, if it's someone who does not have master's degree or like trying to start their own business. And I do recommend them to explore this option because um, of the value that it brings versus what you, I guess, invest into it. So it was like less on my part and more on the um, part of CU, I guess. So I get more I get more value for my time and the money that I pay for it. So that's how I see it. So when something perceives, the value, then it's totally worth it. So to me, it was worth it.
I love it. I love it. And that's our goal. We want you to pay a little for a lot. That's the ultimate goal that we have here. So I'm glad to see I'm glad to see that that's happening for you.
Well, and also I would say that the mentorship and the support from the center is also something that, I mean, I haven't experienced before, that like the professors and mentors are genuinely interested in seeing you succeed. which was a little suspicious in the beginning. I'm like, oh, why is that? I was like, how does that work? And I really enjoyed that part of it. And it's nice to know that I have counsel that I can rely on, as
Yeah.
far as business or personal or different decisions. So it's like a big support group for sure.
And that's the other thing. I mean, we are a small team. We're a unique program. We want to be warm. We want to be welcoming. Many times, you're absolutely right. Students don't expect that level of support, and being able to be that as a differentiating factor, putting you in a position where you're able to succeed, that is the ultimate goal here. Quickly about program goals, the learning outcomes that we're looking for from students. Um, Let me have you go first, and then I'll come back with a couple that we have here. But looking at the list here, cultivating an entrepreneurial mindset, communicating effectively, leading entrepreneurially, being mission driven, capitalize on innovation, going beyond just theory. In your perspective, what of those learning outcomes and program goals best suits your experience in the program so far?
Well, I've always had the entrepreneurial mindset, but I did lack the, effective communication skills and, um, you know, you just fall behind on innovation one way or the other if you're not, within the learning environment all the time. So I think those are probably the most important for me, the ones that actually, has been working out really well throughout the program.
Love it. Love it. Um, as you're thinking about the closing of your program, what do you foresee? Like, what are some of your larger goals in the last few months that you're with us, and what are your larger goals when you leave the MS in Entrepreneurship program?
I think it's mostly the bigger impact. So like I feel like I see a bigger picture as an entrepreneur, not just a self-employed person or a business owner, but actually as an entrepreneur. So how can I impact the world I live in and to make it better, so for my kids and, for other people. So I think the program actually, we're interacting within this community actually helped me to understand that there's a lot more ways to make an impact, and like your life mission should be the one driving you, towards
Mm,
your success, not
mm,
just, um, income or,
yeah.
financial success. So it's like the understanding of success has changed for me a little bit, and it became a lot broader. And I think those were the main, um, the main things for me that have
Yeah,
changed, throughout the program.
I love that. It seems like it's giving you more skill sets and focus, but also giving you more perspective on what really
Yeah,
matters and what you're looking
definitely
for.
changed my vision to broader, and like made me think you know, in a like seeing bigger perspective of, future and life and plans and so on. So
I love it. I love it. Well, let's talk quickly about experiential learning because I've mentioned this a few times. I just want to zero in on it here on this slide. This is a very, very important aspect of our program. Experiential learning is the process of learning through experience and learning through reflection on doing. This is essentially learning as you go along. And one of the things that we love to talk about in this program is, it's uncertain out there. The job market's uncertain. There's a lot of security concerns right now. One of the things that we can be here at the Jake Jab Center for Entrepreneurship is a secure place for you to take safe risks within your overall career and within your overall entrepreneurial studies. The goal here is that as a student, you are thinking and acting and working like an entrepreneur from day one, offering you as a student the opportunity to really get as much, you know, as many opportunities to make mistakes, accomplish goals, take steps forward in your career in a way that allows you the opportunity to learn by trial and error, learn by failure, but also learn by success, rather than theoretically learning a bunch of information and then saying to yourself, I think I know how to do this. I'm going to graduate and go out in the world. We want you to test all of that out now. We want you to focus on testing out real ideas, getting real feedback from day one. We provide as many networking opportunities as possible to give you as a student the opportunity to really showcase your overall skill set, meet people, network, broaden your overall scope of understanding of people in your field. Students can gain credit through internships, and I've mentioned this a couple of times, but we have competitions and student clubs like the Climb, the Rutbridge's Venture Fund, offering you students the opportunity to, really simulate the entrepreneurship experience. With that all in mind, how would you say, Anastasia, that experiential learning within the program has impacted you as a student?
I would say positively for sure. So it's I think I gained a lot of knowledge from industry experts that way, and like you get knowledge firsthand. So it's not like theory, but it's actually real, and it comes out from people that succeeded in specific industries. And I really enjoy Redbridge's Venture Fund, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's just I enjoy the group of people that are there. It's like they're like-minded, educated, passionate, driven, and I'm actually looking forward to every meeting every week. So
That's great. Actually, looking forward to every meeting. That is an accomplishment right there. I like that. Um, Wonderful. All right, let's jump here into our mentorship council. And this, I have a couple questions for you as well with regards to this. This is something that we offer to both bolster networking, bolster experiential education. We want students to have the opportunity to meet with as many mentors as possible through the program, putting themselves in a position where they are able to really showcase who they are as a student, really learn on the fly, really understand what it means to have a mentor that thinks about your overall studies, your overall goals, is there to support you and help you grow as a student. So we have some of the most recognizable entrepreneurs, innovators, and industry experts on our mentorship and advisory council. People like Joel Apple, who's co-founder of OxyClean, Orange Glow, Kaboom, and Zadie's Deli. Karen Hertz, the chief barista and founder of the largest gluten-free brewery in America, Holidaily. Sam Kumar, the CEO and founder of CyberSanic, a very strong cybersecurity firm here in Denver. The advisory council members, they serve as mentors for our entrepreneurship students. They offer many students internship and networking opportunities. They're really here to foster your larger education, your larger studies overall. Tell me, how have mentorships, how have the opportunity to speak with mentors and network really impacted you as you studied entrepreneurship?
well, I think my answer is gonna be similar to my previous answer. I think just to get in touch with people that not just teach you about things, but also they have done these things, and it gives me actually more confidence in what I do. So
Mm,
I prefer to take advice from people that have expertise in whatever I'm asking them about. And
yeah.
the business advice has been, very valid. And I think it's kind of a unique experience because I don't know many people that get this, opportunity to talk with company founders that
Mm.
actually, started from ground up and had a successful exit, and they moved on to the next venture, and they contribute to to our community and to the economy, and it's pretty amazing. So that I didn't expect that, but I feel like it's a pretty substantial bonus that I get to experience being
Yeah,
in the program.
it's something when I started working for this program, I was like, okay, so not only are students walking away with a master's degree, not only are we accommodating many of their scheduling needs, not only is this program more affordable than a lot of others in the business world in America, but there's this whole other component where you as a student can say, hey, I need advice on this for my career. I'm getting some insight on this in the classroom, but I need to, get this outside of it. Oftentimes, students have to seek that out themselves. What we're
Mhm.
trying to do here within the program is say, hey, it's all here for you. We just need you to tap into it. We just need to utilize it. So nobody out there who's listening be afraid of approaching us and saying, hey, I'd love to speak with a mentor. I'm looking for some insights, some advice here. We will go ahead and set that up with you. I don't want to put you on the spot, but any like promising conversations that you've had that have given you insight and helped you from a career standpoint?
I think one of the speakers that we had was expressed genuine interest into investing into my startup. So I am not raising money yet, and I don't know if I will, but I think that was kind of a major pivot point. I'm like, wow, that's pretty that's pretty cool. So
Someone's listening type of thing.
yeah, I was like, wow, someone had the same problem I've been struggling with, like, oh, they have the same pain point. And uh, that person, he never thought about it from that perspective, but he looked back and he's like, I've been struggling with this my whole life. And
Yeah.
so did my nephew. And so my other people that I know and I was like, uh, let me launch my MVP, see how it goes, and if things going well, I'll reach out back in order, so you have an investment opportunity for the future. So yeah, I think that was one of the brighter moments. So
That's huge. Oh man, that's amazing. And those opportunities are available to all of you out there who are looking at going to our program. Another resource I want to highlight to you is the Business Career Center. So we have a career center that aligns with all business school students. Advisors at the career center work exclusively with business school students. They can help in addition to our program. They can help connect you to the business community around Denver, things like career fairs, industry shadow days, meeting with firms. All that happens through the Business Career Center. This allows students the opportunity to develop strategies to execute larger career goals, things like mock interviews, resume help, salary negotiation conversations, internships, job searches, all that sort of stuff we help provide. And the Business Career Center helps provide. Briefly, on a tuition standpoint, we have two tuitions here. In-state students, it's $750 per credit hour. This roughly translates to $22.50 per course. Directly translates, I should say. Non-resident students, meaning students who live outside of Colorado, and students who are international. It's only $900 per credit hour. That is significantly lower than the standard here at the Business Center. This equals to $2,700 per course. The estimated total cost of the program, including tuition and fees, is between $26,000 and $34,000, depending on if you're in state, if you're out of state, if you're international. There are a few additional fees that are associated based on where you're coming from. All of this is subject to change on an annual basis, just be mindful of, but really good to know that the prices continue to be low, continue to stay lower than they are on a national average. And then I'm going to go quickly through our application. We have deadlines that are coming up for our fall term. The application is very straightforward. An application plus short answer questions, an updated resume, transcripts needed from all institutions where credit was awarded. There's no GMAT, no GRE required. The application fee for the program is $50. However, attendees of this webinar can get an application fee waiver. We have deadlines coming up for domestic students. The priority is May 15th. The final deadline for fall 2025 is July 15th. So we have just about 3 months to get all your application items in and put you in a strong position here to start your program in the fall. For international students, they have the same application with just a few additional items. So it's a $75 application fee, which what that does is that gives you an automatic degree evaluation review internally. So you don't have to go to any outside companies. You don't have to pay $300, $350 to make this happen. This all happens automatically by submitting your application. We also have required English language proficiency exam. TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, those are all accepted. And the deadlines for international students, the final is coming up next month. Next month, May 15th, is the final deadline for all international students to apply for the fall 2025 start date. Quickly, before I jump to the next slide here, Anastasia, do you have any advice for applicants as they are working through their overall application ahead of the program?
I actually thought about it, and my one advice would be the sooner you start, the sooner you finish. So the sooner you launch. So
It's a good way to
I
put it.
I feel like if I would have started sooner, I would have been, ahead of the game. So that's probably my advice, is just not to waste your time and sign up, the sooner the better.
One of the things I tell students all the time, the application can be completed in a day. Basically, everything but the transcripts can be completed in a day. Um, and I'll work with you on an individual basis, make sure that you feel like you've got all the information necessary to apply and make that as seamless a process as possible. Scholarships. I mentioned this. Scholarships are available for all students per entrepreneurship course on an as needed basis. The as needed is you must apply. You have to apply on a semester by semester basis. I will send as many updates as possible to apply for the scholarships. That's the only hijink here with a scholarship. All the information is posted right here on this page. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to provide as many financial assistance opportunities as we can for students. You as a student have to go ahead and apply for that. Couple quick testimonials here just from other students. Joey Dykeman was one of our first graduates for the program back in spring of 2024. He noted that one of his favorite aspects about the MS in Entrepreneurship program is the hands-on experience you get in each class. It's not just regurgitating knowledge and following the textbook. It feels like the instructors care about you and want to foster your development through these programs. You're able to bounce around ideas off fellow students and faculty members. It's a really great culture and a great place to learn. Dr. Carletta Stewart was an entrepreneurship certificate student. She noted that as a founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization, I wanted to perfect my skills as a leader, learn best practices from other entrepreneurs, and share my experience of what I've learned thus far through my journey. My instructors have taught me the good, the bad, and the ugly through their own firsthand experience. And by providing a host of amazing guest speakers, I've learned so much from my classes. Priceless experience. And with that, Anastasia, are there any final thoughts that you'd like to share about the MS in Entrepreneurship program as we have students who are applying for this ahead of the start of our fall start date?
I would say that it's really an environment for growth, and it's hard not to grow, I guess, because I feel like every professor and every mentor is trying to push you a little bit beyond your limits, I guess, as far
Yeah.
as ideas and, exploring, things about your business or life goals and whatnot. So that's probably would be my final thought, that it's definitely um, a place that helps you grow and really prompts you, to do your best. So
Growth opportunities are what we're all about. That is everything, and that is our goal here for everyone. So I am so thankful that you have seen those growth opportunities. Um, I'm so thankful that that is something that is of importance to you, and I wish you nothing but the best as we're wrapping up your overall studies. You've been one of our strongest students, and I cannot wait to see the impact that you have as an entrepreneur out in the world.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. Thank you, everyone, for listening here today. We will go ahead and send this out to people who are not able to attend, but do not hesitate. Follow up with me. All my contact information is on the screen right now. Go ahead, follow up with me, and we can start talking about your own entrepreneurship studies.